Hey, what's up? So, I traded OTLK today. I got in at 296, right around here. Um, I was trying to process like a limit order of 290, 293, and it kept holding like this 296 area. So I'm like, fine, whatever. I don't want to miss an opportunity, 296. And then like a second later, it went down to like 289, 290. I was like, what in the world? Um, and I mean the highest it got was like in the threes. Um, I guess I could have sold for like mm, 9 cents cents a share profit, but I chose not to. I don't really feel like I lost an opportunity. Like I remember talking about, oh, I'm gonna take any opportunities that I see. I was definitely risking for like a 2-to-1 risk reward. So that was my entry. This was my risk of like 284. So I want to make at least 20 cents a share if I'm risking 10. So my risk is 284, but my entry is 296. So 306 is 10 cents, and then 316 would have been 20 cents. I would have been totally fine with 20 cents. I would have even been fine with 4 cents a share because 4 times 100 is 400 and 400 is $4. I would have even fine with 5 cents a share because that covers all my commissions. But didn't happen. I was hoping for a ramp into the close, but it decided to crash. It got down to like 283. This scared me out, so I exited. It's just been consolidating. I'm not an overnight holder, so I just said au revoir. I watched Tim Bowen's Stocks to Trade University Level 2 video, which is from May something early, like May 7th or something like that. And I think I'm understanding like level 1. Like all these tickers are coming in, and the green one is like it upticked, it stayed the same, and it downticked. So I'm trying to look at it like that. I used to just think it's like bought and sold instead of like the price is upticking, the price is downticking. So now I'm looking at it like that. Like, am I seeing more upticks or more downticks? And this is like the earliest one, and then this is the latest one. I used to think this was the one that, um, well, yeah, I used to think like this was the one that just happened and it keeps going, and it is kind of correct. Like, but I should be looking at it like from bottom up, like, okay, it was here, now where is it now? Like, okay, all the prices were kind of the same and now it's down ticking, something like that. Another thing I learned about level 2 is that these three numbers correspond with these three numbers. You see how it's 287, 7600? That's these two combined. The green is the green, ARCA. Number 2 is the red, and EGIX is the 200 here. I had no idea that this was this. I thought these were totally separate, or I thought that this was the top. I had no idea that these three things were connected. So that's like you see how this is 1102. This is the 2 and the 11. Isn't that crazy? Blew my mind. And then this gives you like a quick flash of, are there more bidders or are there more sellers, or buyers or sellers? So in this snapshot, I think there's more buyers because there's more like more numbers here versus here. So maybe, people want to buy into the close. Um, so that was like, whoa, blowing my mind. This was a low float, almost rotated the full thing of the float. What else was I looking at? I did a paper trade over here. I can't remember where I entered, but it was probably 10 cents ago, at BTCS. I guess I don't know if it made a red to green move, but it dipped under VWAP. It got up to 60-ish today. I guess it went to 68, so we made 60 bucks on that. And then I saw OBLN spike also, in this red to green move. This one solely was the biggest mover, though, in my opinion, today. And I wanted to paper trade it right here because, like, I don't even have enough money in my trading account to buy 100 shares of this. So I just wanted to make myself feel better by participating. So I was like in here and then it wasn't doing anything. So I was like, you know what, just forget it. And I was like, see, I got in 100 shares at 12 and I got out like at 11.86. So I cut it really short, but it actually never broke VWAP. So really interesting there. And it went up to $2. Um, I guess it's a biotech because it's FDA news, some kind of tattoo removal device. So that's cool. Um, but that's pretty much what I was looking at today. Bitcoin is going up to Bitcoin is at like 8,800, which is crazy because I remember it being in the 3,000s. So, but what are my thoughts on Bitcoin? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm watching it. Um, I don't know. My dog is snoring. She's having a dream about something, maybe running or something. Who knows what they dream about. But so, yeah, I don't feel like terrible about my trade. It was a miss, that was it. Um, but I think it did cost me like $10 to try, something like that. Well, 6 cents a share is $6, and then the commission was like 5, so the whole thing cost me $11. But yeah, not bad, not bad. What can I do? What can I do? There's this great interview that Tim did, and he said something like, people make the mistake of like, they don't think that they can trade, then they don't trade, and then when they don't trade, they're like, I'm not even trading or something like that. It was like this feedback loop of like, it's even with weight loss. It's like I'm not going to exercise because I won't lose weight anyway. But then it's like I'm not exercising, so nothing's really happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with everything, I think, people have to try. So that's what I'm trying. Like, as I'm trying, I'm like, cool, I only lost 6 cents a share. Like, automatically, I kept my wrist tighter than ever before. Right? Cool. Um, and I was totally willing to take profits quicker this time instead of waiting around. But if I don't try, then I'm not like living the experience. Then if I don't try, like today, I was like, should I sit down at the market? I don't know. I have some things to do, but I could do them later. But no, I'll do them anyway. And when I looked at my phone, I was like, what? I missed like a 50, 70 cents run up. And then I'm like, this always happens to me. I always miss the plays. Every time I decide I'm not going to look at the screen, a play appears. It literally feels sometimes like, and it's not this case at all, but it feels like if it's that same feeling of like, oh, I just entered a trade and then the trade is going against me, or oh, I didn't have a chance to sit down at the computer and all the plays appear. It messes with your mind. So I think one way to minimize that is like by showing up. So I was like, okay, I'm going to dedicate my time to seeing the market close. Like, whatever happens, I will be here. So I'm happy for that, but I was messed up that I lost out on this thing because I could have been like, oh, it's breaking this level, and I could have bought in here at 250 and sold at 3. Wow, that would have been perfect. Because I did remember OTLK and I was interested in it, um, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm looking at BTCS, I'm looking at it, like in the chat room, I was saying, like, some guy was saying, like, oh, there's no volume, why are you interested in it? And I was like, well, it doesn't have the right amount of volume that I want because it's only trading like, 300K, but it is a low flow, and I was like, but I do have, I am in the jungle, and I do have my binoculars on it. I may not be like, trying to hunt it down, but I am watching it with my binoculars. So, um, yeah, but I feel like my binoculars have been working recently. Like, usually my binoculars, I'm just going on such a, like, bleh, word vomit. Usually my binoculars are like covered in mud. I just randomly throw sticks anywhere, but I feel like my binoculars, I've been able to clean them, and I've seen stuff like OTLK, OBLN, BTCS, Soli. You know, like I'm seeing some stuff. I don't really have a stick, you know, or like a stick with a sharp edge yet, or anything that I could like get a piece of fruit down from a tree, you know, or one of those like things that you blow into and the spike comes out. um, all right. I'm going to the dog park, all right? Bye. I'm tired, man. Oh, man. I have my hand in a bowl. Bye.